listening to the Marriage Clinic podcast, a podcast on love, marriage, and personal development. Our purpose is to inspire and equip you with knowledge and skills to enable you to have lasting and fulfilling relationships. Now your host, Joshua Mulgrew.
Good evening. Welcome. This is the Marriage Clinic podcast, a podcast about love, marriage, and your personal development. I must admit, I'm so happy to always have you back. The fact that you keep listening, the fact that you keep liking and watching all of these things encourages us, me and my team, that we continue to create content that helps you. We know, and studies have proven, that your joy, greatest joy, and your greatest pain come from the relationships around you. So the reason why we are trying to help you in your relationships is to give you a better life. Last week, I decided to shake the table of faithfulness in men. We spoke about, and I started talking about how can a man remain faithful to one woman. And some men have come back at me saying it's impossible, but I push back and I say it is possible. I'm reminding you, especially if you're a person of faith, that God will not ask you to do something that is beyond you. And there's one thing I always do tell myself in life. The moment I find someone who has done it, or several people who have done it, I remind myself that they are not more intelligent than I am. They are not more gifted than I am. And if I put in the work they have put in, I most likely am going to be able to get what they got. So yes, how can a man remain faithful to one woman? I'm giving you 15 tips. Last week we gave you 2 tips. Today I'm going to give you probably about 7 new tips. Number 3, write your obituary. Yes, write your obituary. What do you want your wife and your children to say at the end of your life? What do you truly want them to say about you? I'm not talking about the fake things we come to read. Oh, daddy, who will prepare porridge for us again? No. When they think of you as a man, how are they going to feel about you? What emotions are your memories going to bring back in their lives? And I assure you, if you are not faithful to the woman you have committed to be faithful to, your obituary in their minds, it may not be written down, in their minds will not be one of respect. So how do you want family to consider you? I love to write my obituary in my mind. And I ask myself, when I am gone, because we will all go someday. No one lives forever. We will all go someday. When you are gone, what do you expect that they will think of you? Reflect on your values and the impact your faithfulness will have on your legacy. There are people who are dead today, and because they had children with everybody out there, there is no peace in the household after they are gone. So write your obituary. This is a tip. And use it to remind yourself as to why you are going through the stress and the pressure that it takes to remain faithful to one woman. Because believe me, it's not that simple, or else we wouldn't be talking about it. In every man is the potential to be a womanizer. Oh, Uncle Josh, I saw my guy, he's loyal. Has he got money yet? Because some people, it shows up when they have money. Some people, it shows up at a certain age. For others, it shows up when they have marital problems. Your ability to cheat will always try to rear its head, but you must remember to control it. So, number 4. The 4th tip in helping you to be faithful to one woman is date and marry a woman who attracts you intellectually, physically, and shares your vision. I meet so many guys who decide to marry a lady because of how she looks. How she looks is good. But are you able to have proper conversations with her? And do you meet on an intellectual level? Because the truth is, after a while, how she looks will not carry as much weight post-marital as it did pre-marital. And even in relationships, after a while, look at the women who get cheated on and ask yourself, Are they not beautiful? Well, some are not, but most are. All right? So this should be someone you are attracted to intellectually, someone that you enjoy, you can sit and have long conversations with. Not, oh, where are you? Did you watch this program the other time? Nowadays, no. Somebody you can have a conversation with, you can debate issues with, somebody that you enjoy being with intellectually. Then also physically. The fact that I said you shouldn't only go for looks does not mean looks are not important. Because believe me, you need to like what you see in order to help you remain faithful. And then date someone or marry someone who shares your vision, where you are going. Because sometimes someone who is not following your vision becomes a disincentive to you wanting to be around them. And that opens you up to interacting with the wrong people. Boba, as they say in Tree. If you're not Ghanaian, it just means it's coming. I'm now coming to the hard ones. Number 5. I gave you number 4. Marry a woman who attracts you intellectually, physically, and shares your vision. Number 5. Cut out cheating friends and those who normalize infidelity. What do I mean? If you don't want to cheat and your friends cheat, you will soon start cheating. The Bible says a companion of fools soon comes to destruction. Hey, Uncle Josh, are you calling those who cheat fools? In my book, yes, they are. We move. Show me your friend and I'll show you your character. The same good book says, do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good morals. What happens is that you are the sum total of the friends you have around you. And if all the friends or most of the friends you have around you cheat on their wives and cheat on their girlfriends, it's just a matter of time you will be doing same. So if you make a decision that I don't want to be the kind of man who cheats, you must make the decision that I don't want to be the kind of man who befriends people who cheat as well. Normalize that. And if you have someone you call a close friend and he believes that some way, somehow, you will cheat once, take that person out of your inner circle. Am I saying don't associate with them? If you did that, then you will have to go and live on an island. But the people you call friends, the people who advise you, the people you share life with, should be people that hold the same values with you, or else you have a problem. My dear wives and girlfriends, if your husband or your boyfriend's close friends cheat on their wives, it's just a matter of time. They will teach your husband how to do it. All right? So cut out cheating friends. Number 6, this is a big one. Stop watching pornography and media that glorifies the playboy lifestyle. What you put on in front of you encourages you. And I hear people say, I'm watching the porn so that I can sleep well with my wife. I'm changing. I'm not going to use the word that came to mind. But if you expose yourself to pornography, if you expose yourself to music videos and TV series and movies that glorify the playboy lifestyle, you gradually program yourself to believe that it is okay to do so. So stop watching porn and media that glorifies the playboy lifestyle. It will help you keep your mind on doing the right thing. What you put in front of you, what you focus on, will expand. So cut it out. And you see, the great rabbi, some call Jesus, I also call Jesus, said, if you think it in your mind, you've committed it. Now people say, well, there's nothing wrong with watching porn. I watch it with my wife. But here's the question. When you watch porn even with your wife, the erection you have, does that erection come from you imagining your wife or you desiring the lady in the screen? We move. Number 7. If you want to be a man who remains faithful to one woman, reduce female friends. Reduce the number of female friends you have and eliminate those who do not respect your relationship. Reduce the number of female friends you have and eliminate all female friends who do not respect your relationship or marriage. Let me explain. Chances that you cheat increase with the number of friendship interactions. I'm not saying stop talking to women. No. But people you call close bosom friends, you need to reduce the number of people of the opposite sex that are in there. And with those who are of the opposite sex that you still interact with, they should respect the fact that you have a wife. They should actively work at helping you stay committed to your wife. And they should not be the kind of people that try to have a funny relationship with you. You know, there are ladies who know you are married, but when they meet you, they still want to give you a delayed hug. They still want to sit on your lap. They call you darling. They call you sweetheart. They say, haven't you missed me? And sometimes when they say something funny and your face changes, they say, why? Is it because of your wife? Or when they want to taunt you, they say, are you afraid of your wife? Or probably you are sitting somewhere with them and you want to go home. They say, hey, is she going to beat you? That is someone who does not respect the relationship that you have. And such a person is just a problem waiting to happen. It's just a problem waiting to happen. Should you have female friends? Yes, especially if you are not married. The more female friends you have, the higher the chance that you are going to find someone you want to marry. I agree completely with that. However, especially as a married man, why are you making more female friends? I'm not talking of acquaintances. Once you are working, once you are dealing with people, you have to make acquaintances. But people you are actively pursuing a relationship with and trying to be friends too, it's a recipe for disaster. It is. It is a recipe for disaster. Hey, this has been the Marriage Clinic podcast. I have so much to give to you. I really thought I was going to give you so much more. I probably have given you 5. You have to come back next week. Next week, I'm going to be talking about the last 5, or should I probably the last 7 on my math. Don't quote me on my math, but the last set of things that you need to do or tips for you to be able to remain faithful to one woman. This has been the Marriage Clinic podcast. Up next comes Ask Uncle Josh. It's been a pleasure talking with you. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, ask Uncle Josh. Today, what are you asking your uncle? Wow, Rachel, this one is sad. Rachel says, after 5 years of marriage, my husband brought a child home and he said he is his, so he will be staying with us. So I think you're trying to say your husband brought a child home and said that is his child and the child will be staying with you. I can't believe he had a child outside our marriage. Anytime I see the child, I grow so bitter. What do I do? This is a biggie. First of all, Rachel, I'll say sorry. It must have really hurt to find out that your husband had a child with another woman, and now he's asking you to raise the child. You have options. Option number 1, you have proof of infidelity. If you say you want to end the marriage, you're justified. However, that may not be the best course of action. I'll tell you a couple of things and maybe you can send me a direct message and we can talk a little bit more. The first thing you need to understand is that that child has done nothing wrong. It's your husband and the other woman that cheated on you. That child didn't ask to be born into this situation. If the child could pick what situation to be born into, it wouldn't pick this situation. So as much as the child reminds you, you are misdirecting your anger because your anger should be towards your husband. Number 2, assess yourself. If you cannot keep the child, you need to make it very clear to your husband that you're asking too much. There can be other places this child will grow up in a very nice way. If you don't want the child to be with the mother, or the mother has given up the child, there are several places we could take this child. I don't think I have it in me. But if you think you have it in me, then I would ask that you begin to study on blended families and begin to look at material about how to integrate a different child into your home. Because you're going to go through mixed emotions. It's going to be a challenge, but you need to learn about it. You need to practice it. You need to have open conversations with your husband. And then also you need to work at healing the relationship with your husband. If the relationship with your husband heals, it will be easier to handle the child. And I have seen situations where that illegitimate child ends up being the glory of the household and handling the mother like that is his biological mother. So I'm sorry about the difficulties you're facing. I know it is hard. My prayers and my thoughts are with you. If you choose to go on this journey, it's going to be difficult, but it will be worth it. So Rachel, thank you so very much for this question. I hope I've shown some light. If you need some more details, please send me a private message and we can discuss it a little further. God bless you. Take care.